Hit the button.
You already did it.
Oh yeah. All right, cut that off. We got too much to talk about, too little time. What's going on, Q? Besides baking in the kitchen.
Same old stuff, just same-ish, different day.
Oh yeah.
Craziness.
Oh yeah.
On
Let me
top of
scoot in a little
craziness.
bit. Yeah. Trust me, I know that feeling. Wow, it's just so much to cover that has taken place. First of all, congratulations to Mike Tyson for not getting knocked out. I'm kind of saddened because when you see your childhood, you shouldn't see your childhood heroes like that. While he was in great fighting shape, to me, in my opinion, but at his age, his knees was just completely gone. And anybody that knows anything about fighting, when your legs are gone, that's it. Can Mike still knock a hole through my head if he wanted to? Yeah.
Yeah. Bad knees lead to bad hips, and a lot of your power comes from the hip when you're throwing punches.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was watching that fight last night and I said to myself, if Mike just had a little bit of hip and knee to go into some of these punches,
Right.
he would hurt this boy.
Right.
He would literally hurt him. But Mike, pushing 60, he's in his Geritol years, shall we say.
Right.
He just couldn't get it done. And I seen where Mike seen the opportunities and it was pissing him off so bad that he overly did one of his bad habits of biting his glove. He did it so much that it became noticed. But if you look back at some of Mike's older fights, he always kind of bit his glove until, he got into the swing. When he fought Roy, he still had a lot of leg and hip, so you didn't see it as much. But this fight, oh man, that dude was chewing on that glove like it was a daggone pacifier. It was...
at least you got to see it. I just got to see the clips of it because my Netflix wasn't Netflixing.
And that's another conversation right there. Netflix. Let me clear my voice. This one is for you, Netflix. Whenever you have a big live event like this, and you knew soon as you pulled up at that stadium with your camera equipment and seen that all those tickets were sold, you knew worldwide this would be watched. You should have upgraded your service. Should have added a little server room here and there just to kind of calm down the buffering. Why in the hell every 5 minutes was my Netflix buffering? It didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I had to literally... It told me that what I was using was not working. I'm like, hold on, let me do a speed test because, I'm technically advanced, you know what I'm saying? Let me do a little speed test on my internet. My internet said very fast. So it wasn't my internet.
It was them. It wasn't you, it was them. It wasn't me, it was them. Because mine gave me a whole error code, like some little boxes and a code. And I was like, come on now. Like, I can't watch no Netflix at all now.
No, you could watch Netflix. You just couldn't watch that Netflix. No, you could watch Netflix now because right after that, I went and pulled up a show just to see what was going on, and the show played fine. It was that Netflix that I couldn't watch.
Oh my goodness.
So it froze one time, and then next thing I know, it came back up, and next thing I know, Mike ass was just...
I saw that picture you posted. I said, no, what is this pancakes doing in the... Why? Why they do the man like
I
that?
was hoping that everybody on Facebook understand what I was saying. It was buffering so bad that it froze. And when it came back to, all I seen was that. Now imagine my twisted mind. Like, what am I watching? Am I still watching the fight? All I see is Mike and his little stringy thingy. And man, it just threw me off. It threw me off.
Uh,
The Sereno girl got gypped out of her fight. She fought a good fight. That girl, Katie, whatever, kept headbutting her.
mm-hmm.
It was a couple of good matches. I mean, the the other match before that, the two Mexican dudes, they was throwing down. Like I thought they was about to try to kill one another in the ring. And then when the fight was over, they just came up and hugged one another like they was the bestest friends in the world. Oh
Probably.
yeah, that's my buddy. Yeah, he tough. Yeah. I already knew what he was gonna bring. And I'm like, really? This is what we do? Okay, Netflix. But yeah, all in all, it was a good event, good turnout, good purse for Mike. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, this message is for you. No more, man. Don't tarnish. Don't tarnish nothing else. Unless you go get some knee and hip replacements that make you more mobile,
Mm-hmm.
don't
Like a
don't
bionic
tarnish it.
knee, a bionic hip.
When you hop in the ring, I want to hear yeah, don't tarnish it no.
Yep. Oh, Lordy. That was it was entertaining though, I guess. People were entertained.
Yeah. Yeah, it was worth the free, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If it was pay-per-view, I'd been pissed. I've been hot.
Right.
Yeah, somebody would have had to come pick me up off the floor if I would have paid for that, the way it
Mm-hmm.
was buffering and carrying on. And then, hey, I watched a whole young lady get robbed from a fight, and then I had to watch Nabi Knee Iron Mike. Nah, I would have been hot. So the free was good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So moving right along. On a personal note, um, we find out soon the results or not whether my mom has to take more chemo. But as of
Mm.
right now, I'm calling it as it is. She is free and clear, and she will ring that bell when she go back to the doctor's office. In Jesus' name, amen.
I say.
Yep. And then in the same week that I found out, my mom, had the little, will not say the name of that damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my dad had to be rushed to the hospital and have emergency gallbladder surgery. Um, yeah, his gallbladder had ruptured. He thought he was just having a little stomach bug and
Mm-hmm.
went days and days and days like that. And then come to find out his gallbladder ruptured and had to have emergency surgery for that. I'm like, Dad, like my parents is just senior citizens up over here. Like everybody's getting old and need to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a week of crazy. But yeah, everything bounced back. I'm finishing up my book. Well, the book I'm narrating, so all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff is going good.
Yeah.
Still narrating books and everything, and I mean that's about it. On a personal note,
Mm-hmm.
Carson is crazy. Wife is crazy. Life is crazy.
They're not
It's normal.
crazy. You are. Don't talk about them.
All right, woman standing up for woman.
Yeah, it's just been a crazy week over here. Like out of last week, my godmother passed away, and I was just like,
I seen that.
"How in the world?" Because it's just so crazy how life is. You can see a person, and then they look perfectly fine, and then you get a call, and you're just like, "What?"
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
that kind of took me for a loop. I was just like, "Wow, okay, yeah." So then it gets you to thinking about, like you just talked about your mom, mother-in-law, father. you start thinking about those things. So now I'm all on the internet. What to do if buying things to like get prepared for when I'm not here, so my kids can just be like, okay, here's the life insurance. Here's what she has. This is what's we're benefactors of. So that's what it just puts you in that mindset. And because we're getting older, that means our parents are getting older,
Getting older, right?
and we have to start thinking about
Yeah.
that. My mom has lost several of her friends, so it's like you don't want your mind to go there, but life, and if you live, eventually one day you got to pass away. So it's
Yeah.
just the inevitability of it.
Yeah.
But
I know. I know. Trust me, I was talking to my cousin and she's 62.
wow. That's a big age
she's
gap.
she's the baby. Cause I got cousins that's 83. So I mean, when I think about it, I got my, and also too to add to that, my aunt had a bad diagnosis as well, so she's battling that along with COPD and rheumatoid arthritis. So I mean, it's a very eye opening thing when you get hit with all that stuff within like a same week span or a month span,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to myself, I say, damn, if they're getting old, I'm not getting any younger, so, the life insurance policies is there, all my stocks and everything like that. I made sure that they know where all the paperwork and everything for
Mm-hmm.
those things are. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure your family is protected,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what may be happening out in the world. We're going to
Right.
get to that in a second. Regardless of what may be happening out in the world, we need to always make sure that, we take care of our family. Because if you look at all other cultures,
Mm-hmm.
they have a lineage or a legacy. Black people, we notorious for, well, I'm dead. I'm taking it. I can't take it all with me, so I'm just gonna spend it all and burn it all up and tear it all down and not care. So we got to make sure we leave behind a legacy out here. Um, I advise anybody that's living, basically, no matter your age, make sure you got some form of a life insurance policy that can protect you and your loved ones. Because when you leave this earth, ain't nobody can help them. But if you leave I'm saying ain't nobody gonna be able to help them. You leave this. If I leave this earth right now, ain't nobody gonna say, "Oh, let's start a GoFundMe and let's make sure we get Kenny buried." I don't think it's that many people up out here that's gonna donate to that. They probably spit in the cup
You
or throw
know,
20 cents in there. Not really. Yeah, it's probably like a handful. But all jokes aside, why even put that burden on my wife? Why even put that burden on my children to be stressed out at a time when they don't need to be stressed out?
correct.
Here go this life insurance policy. Take care of that. Whatever's left over
Mm-hmm.
is yours.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Simple.
Here go these shares of this company. Here go this stock up over here. Here go this crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all split it up. Take care of it. So
Yeah. Yep. Leave it rest.
now, now for the main damn event.
Uh-oh.
So how you feeling, Q?
I was in a haze for a few days, and then I decided to do some meditation and just let it go, because it is what it is. We're going to be in for a long, bumpy ride, and I hope those that decided not to do whatever they needed to do just gets to, because this is one of the things that pisses me off about people. Yeah, vote for whoever you want to. I don't care who you vote for, but vote, because somebody died so you can have that right. Especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a black woman,
Right.
especially if you're black. We had to go through a lot to get those rights. Just vote. There's a lot of stuff that's going to take place. In
Oh
all
yeah.
honesty, I hope it's not as bad as I think that it's going to be. However, you would have thought a lot of people would have learned their lesson from the last time, but we shall see. And that's all I got on that, because this is a lot of people are starting to see already, because just, and it's always comical to me. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like to see people get put in positions where they have no absolute experience. You got a
Mhm.
person who was accused of uh, sexually abusing a 16-year-old who is going to be an attorney general. Like,
Yeah.
where they do that at? Oh,
And
here in the
basically
United, in the United States.
and got a Nazi tattoo on his chest.
So this is America, Cucka. This is the America that we live in. It's, we always knew it's not for us. They
Right.
brought us here. I could be there where I'm supposed to be if you'd had to just left my peoples over there. But you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
here we are. Here we are.
Mhm.
What about you?
Yeah. So you know, I I found myself at a crossroads. And this is I voted and everything. I did what I was supposed to as a black man to make
Mm-hmm.
sure to ensure that my kids and my kids, you know, can see something different or believe in something at least, what I'm saying, even though most of it's fake. When when you when you show up to the same place as somebody that you're running against at the tail end of an election, that is a sign that something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When she showed up in North Carolina and
Mm-hmm.
he was already here,
Mm-hmm.
which, Gastonia, matter of fact, the head chair of the RNC lives right down the block from me. No lie. Not the regional guy. The head chair lives right down the block from me. When he came to Gastonia and he shut down every street in Gastonia,
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh my, something is a brew here." When she was in Charlotte and she only shut down 3 streets,
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah, this is not looking good. Something is wrong. Something
Mm-hmm.
is wrong." As they went to these different states, you seen it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, First of all, I I think she kind of threw some people off at the thing in Charlotte when she had Meg the Stallion twerking.
Wasn't the best choice. I love Meg the Stallion,
I
but
love Meg, but it's a time and a
it's
place.
time and a place. It
Time and a
just.
place. We want things to be different and inclusive,
Mm-hmm.
but not that different and inclusive to where you got people up there twerking. The old
Yeah.
lady in the back kind of looked like, oh my God,
Yeah.
is this
Clutching.
what we doing? Yeah. Then when it came time for the polls and I went to sleep and she was losing,
Yeah.
I said, well, I already know how this is going to go. The most craziest thing that told me the way things was going to go before I went to sleep. I went to Robin Hood. Robin Hood basically had it. They had like stocks that you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they was calling it. But they was utilizing it the same as that crazy stuff that everybody be trying to get people to invest in. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a it can get real sketchy if you don't know what you're doing. But Robinhood basically had the thing. And when I seen her stock prices plummeting
Mm-hmm.
and his shooting up through the roof,
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, there is more people in America that want him to be president than people that want her to be president.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of key factors here. First of all, she's a woman.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. We still live. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. Sorry to my daughters. I'm sorry. We still live in this world where men think that they did not come from out of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they came from out of an egg or a planet or something like that because they think that they can control, manipulate, and do things to women that are
Mm-hmm.
not right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And feel some ways about women that are not right. But I beg to differ, sir. You came from a woman. So you must learn how to respect women.
Right.
That part. Then, yeah, I'm in my thinking. my So if my shoulders look hunched up, that's what I'm doing. I'm in my thinking thing. Then she's of color. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I say of color, because even though over there in India, some of them call or assume that their self is white, when you come
Mm-hmm.
to America, you're from India.
Correct. That's how they are viewed. Right.
Right. And then on top of that, you're black. So you have these two competing races.
Right.
First of all, there's some people out there that think real racist thoughts like, what's she going to do? Make America into a customer service hub? What's she going to do? Outsource all the work to India? It's just a lot of people thinking all this racist stuff. So of color meaning that they don't want you to
Correct.
be another one up there. I'm
Right.
sorry. I said this multiple times. I don't think we're going to ever see another black president for a long time. For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because their disdain and their feelings of Barack. Barack
Exactly.
still burns in the back of their mind. That's why they always bring him up
Mm-hmm.
during everything. We don't had two old presidents.
Since him.
And they still bring up Barack.
Still bring up Barack.
Or his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now if Michelle would have ran.
Oh yeah,
If
everybody.
Michelle would have ran for president,
Yeah.
she would have got elected.
Yeah, but she's not trying because being a president ages you fast, and she ain't trying to look old. She like, I'm still trying to look 20. I'm still trying to look 25.
Hold on. It's time for a Kenny conspiracy moment. All right. So my theory is, and I've had this discussion with multiple people that are not in the know, but I had a discussion with multiple people, and they always say that, like, a president ages fast. There's this thing called the man. When you become commander in chief,
Mm-hmm.
you get to meet the man because you're at the highest level. You skip all the levels.
Mm-hmm.
You basically go to the 33rd and you get to meet the man.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come out, their hair is gray.
Damn. Okay. This is gonna be a good movie. You should write this.
Hey, you can say it's a good movie, but think about it. Think about it. I mean, look at Biden. Biden was like, I don't want to do this no more. He fought to be president for how many years?
He was already 105 when he ran, though. He was really old. I mean, he wasn't
Then
that
he met the
old.
man and started falling off bikes and everything.
Wish him well and Godspeed to him, but it was just like We need some younger people in there. I'm not saying. I'm just saying somebody who could sustain the. It's a rigorous, mentally draining job. Like you need somebody who could
Can't be
stand.
that mentally draining because last time I checked, when Trump was president, he was down at the golf course 95% of the time. That's why those documents was down there, because he was just down at the golf course. I mean, he down at the golf course so much that they think he's a Florida resident. I've never heard of a president that can't win his home state that he was born and raised in. He cannot win New York to save his life. What's done is done. You know, how we look forward to it in the future, that's the main thing. You know, hey, I might not like him being president, but I damn sure like him raising my stocks. I've I made some thousands this week off of him just being elected. Imagine what's going to happen when he get inaugurated, as you will. Everybody thinking that he's going to roll back this whole EV thing. No, he's not. He's not going to roll it back. He's going to tear it back. He's going to tear it back, because if he rolled it all the way back, then his buddy Elon Musk can't get rich. You got to see the people all in the picture and understand the play here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot at stake. Do we get a full-fledged Project 2025 to where they throw away the Board of Education, the Federal Board of Education, and leave it to the states to control the school system, removing Black history from all school books and things like that? Do we get that? I don't know. You know, those are major questions.
I mean, we essentially have that now, because a lot of the books that I read as a child, I'm looking at my son. We were here the last week, and he had never heard of the color purple, and I was like, "Didn't they make y'all read that in school?" He was like, "No." So I'm sitting there talking to him about the movie. He's like, "Well, can we watch it?" So I was like, "Okay," because the musical popped up, and he asked questions
No,
over that.
no,
So then
no.
I said, "No, let's watch."
Where's your son at? Don't watch that damn musical.
So we watched the original. And,
Okay.
he had a lot of questions, him and my daughter. And it's like, wow, they don't let y'all read this kind of stuff. It's like, and then a lot of the stories, like, because I'll help him with his papers and my daughter with her papers. And the stuff that they read, I'm just sitting there like, y'all wonder why these kids are so disinterested in school. These stories, I don't want to say they suck, but they're just not relatable to the kids that are in the programs. Like, give them stories that highlight them, like,
Right.
that they can relate to. Like, I was
Basically, it's a Shakespeare rewrite of the Bible.
what the hell is this? I was like, I see why you don't want to do this work, because this shit is boring. I'm like, who the hell am
Right.
I?
Right. Yeah. You know, you doing right. It starts at home, you know. My middle daughter, I did it as a joke on Instagram, but I used to ask her Black history questions just to see what they was teaching her in school. You know, and I asked her, you know, about the first Black man who got killed during the American Revolution. And she couldn't tell me. That was something that was ingrained in our head as kids, like crispy addicts.
Right.
That's what we learned. You know what I'm saying? You know, the different, you know, mega ever.
Yeah,
It's
all
just
those civil
all
rights.
those. You
Yeah.
know, we found ourselves in these stories, and it helped build up and encourage us. Is this purposely being done to discourage us? Is that a word? But
Discourage.
is it purposely being done to discourage us? Discourage. I'm gonna use that all the time.
We'll make up a word in a minute.
Yeah, discourage us. I think so. I think so in a sense. The way, and I know that Glorilla is your spirit animal. But in a way, I think some of these rappers, some of these things that they're pushing out on us is to discourage us and distract us.
Yeah. This is what I will say. Like back in our times, you and I, because we're around the same age. I'm older than you, but we had our rap. So we had our conscious rappers, like MC Light, Queen Latifah. And then we had our bugging and thugging rappers like NWA, Too Short, Ice-T. Then we had our raunchy rappers like down in Miami and
To
even in New
Live
Orleans,
Crew.
we had our twerking and bouncing. So we had the ability to just compartmentalize, okay, this music is for what I want to be kind of like, he's speaking some truth here. I'm like, okay, you educate me. Here, there's this other music where I'm like, because this is part of what I grew up with. Like, this is actually happening. Like, I'm just rapping about what I know. And then the other music is just mindless. It's just something to shake your booty to and act wild to. We had the ability to say, okay, I live here. This is my life. But what these people are talking about, I can relate to it on different levels, but I still have my own mind and to be able to do my own thing and not follow behind these different things.
Right. I mean,
these kids today, and like another guy said, back in the day, rappers used to rap. You could tell a West Coast rap. You could tell a New Orleans song. You could tell an Atlanta song. You could tell somebody rapping from up in New York, Chicago. They all had different distinct sounds.
Say New York again.
New York.
She went straight Brooklyn on me. New York, son.
I didn't know where that came from. But everybody had their own distinct sound, but not with TikTok. Everybody sounding the same. Everybody saying the same lingo. Like New York have their lingo, New Orleans had their lingo, Florida had their lingo, but not everybody using the same lingo. It's like
right. New York rappers shouldn't be saying trap. I'm sorry. But yet we got it. I blame the internet. The internet integrated all the sounds. You find New York rappers rapping to a trap beat or a down south rapper rapping to a drill beat. That's Midwest, that's Chicago, so I applaud the young fellas for getting out there, but I feel like there is some conscious rappers out there that do rap about things, but they're just not being pushed. When Killer Mike won all those Grammys, and everybody was like, "Who the hell is Killer Mike?" What Killer Mike has been doing it for years. That Michael album was like the top of the mountain for him, but he puts a lot of conscious stuff into his raps. Because he comes from that era of the Dungeon Family where they put a lot of subliminals in there. We had things like subliminal, mind stuff like Goody Mob. Goody Mob was great with putting stuff in there, make you think, and then you play it back many years and you like, hold on. He's not talking about himself. He's talking in third person about somebody else. We had Tribe, Tribe was this. Matter of fact, we had Tribe at the same time we had NWA and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right. Like we had all these different people that we can pull from. And like even if it was a bugging and thugging song, there was a message in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could still pull something out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I blame Bone Thugs and Harmony for me ever experimenting with marijuana.
You know what? To this day, on the first of the month, I still be like, "It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up."
It came on the radio the other day, and my daughter was in the back seat, and I seen her. She was playing on her phone, and she looked up, and I was like, "Wake up!" I said to my sister, "She already dressed." She was like, What are you saying up there?
Right.
But I mean, that's timeless music. Those music had messages. Those music had fun. That music gave you feeling. This music now only give you your feeling that it's 7:45, 95 degrees. I ain't got
And
ain't no
got
got
me.
me. How many years from now will somebody be saying that?
Cannot say. But I was one
You
thing
know?
I can. One song that I do group to is the one where she said, "Let me cook," because when I listen to those lyrics, I'm like, yes, you know what I'm saying. Like the first, like that hook when she's like the beginning, she's like, "I ain't never making up. We ain't never making up," because you got to think about there's some people out there who you've given chance and chance and chance and chance and opportunity to get themselves right. You've set boundaries. You've told them this is not going to fly with me. You need to be accountable for your actions. And still, they persist in their bullshit. And so you got to just say, go on about your business. Go with God. Like, I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I still love you, but you don't get to have access to this no more. So on that song, when that song come on, I'm like, yes. Because I'm like, I feel that in my spirit. Like, because there's some people I had to cut loose because they just couldn't get right. It's like
Yeah.
you everywhere you go, you got issues. And you don't understand that the common denominator is you.
It's you. Yeah. You hear that, J-Lo?
Me and my husband was talking about that last night. Like everywhere you go, there's a problem. Baby. Baby. Hold on, let me say it like, baby.
Mariah don't have that problem.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you got a problem with everybody?
Because me and my wife said the same thing. Like the problem is you, sweetheart.
You,
I Now I don't know how true it is, but I heard when she got on, she became a nasty person. Back when she was a fly girl dancer, she was probably, from what I heard, she was like the sweetest, nicest person. Then once she got on and started making bread, then she thought that she was the it girl. Like, and her attitude got nasty. She changed, her personality changed. So I don't know how true that is, but
I don't know how true it is either. However, this is what I'm going to say. If money should not change who you are, all that is something that you can use to have more resources with. If you are a good person, stay a good person. Because there's plenty of people with money who remain consistent in their character. Like people talk about Denzel, how Denzel, when he was already an established actor, many times he did pulled younger artists, paid rent,
right.
gave them money, et
Oh
cetera,
yeah.
et cetera.
Samuel too.
Samuel L. Jackson and a lot of other ones out there that we don't even
Know
hear
about.
about. Cat Williams
Mm-hmm.
talks about how people tell stories about how Cat Williams broke them off with money out of the blue. And it's like, why not
Yeah.
just continue to be a good person? You're a good person, be a good person with money. Because now
And
you
you
have,
don't have to be a good person with a video to put it on TikTok either.
thank you. You don't have to.
Just be a good person.
And that's the thing too, is like, you don't know how many times I get messages from people, like just stuff that I just do. And then they'll message me like, oh, I can't, I still remember that time you did X, Y, and Z and nobody stood up for me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, because I was just doing what I do. And
Right.
I ain't rich, but if I got an extra whatever, or if I see something not right, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm always been that person. Like, if I'm in the grocery line and I see like a mother, and then you can look at the items and tell that she's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back, and I'll be like, how much is it? I got you. So,
Right.
yeah, because I mean, you pay it forward.
You do.
Whatever you put out there in the world, that's what you get back. In this administration, we don't know what they're going to put out there in the world. I hope it's positivity, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get it back. Because I'm definitely going to get it back. I'm going to let you go ahead and rock and be president and talk all your little nasty stuff. Like I told everybody, time is now to make sure that you got your books so you can educate your children on this Black history, because we don't know what they're about to do with this information. And once the information is gone, because we've been so horrible with communicating with our elders about any of this information, you know, those Black history museums and different things like that, funding can get cut.
Funding can get cut.
Listen, y'all don't understand. A lot of this stuff is federally funded. They can get cut.
And look,
he's already talking about cutting the the federal Department of Education, where all your student loans and everything is at, and pushing that on the state. Imagine what the state is going to say. You know what?
We need all that money right now. Yeah. Yesterday, 2 days ago.
So, you on your P's and Q's. Look.
Yep.
get your looks on, because it's going to be real. It's going to be real from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My God.
Final thoughts. Cue the baker.
Keep your head on the swivel.
That's going to be her lower thirds from here on out. Cue the baker. And let's talk about that for a second, because I know you are the business mind of the business mind. We got what we got. We got books. We got poetry. We got merch too. Q has merch.
Yeah, I don't know where. I have to find a link, because I was looking for it the other day. I was like, "What's my merch store? What's the link?"
Q has our own merch. I do remember that. Let's see what else we got here. Got merch.
I'm a fitness instructor.
Fitness instructor. Did I say travel thing?
Not yet. I do that.
Okay.
But that's more for my own personal benefits. So, but if you need some travel, just holler at me. But you know, I be gone.
We got yeah. Q be like, we can't record this week.
I be gone.
And then we got the most prominent thing that's popping off right now.
Oh yeah. Let me
what did we score? So where do we rank?
We're still number 15. We're in the top 15.
We're in the top 15.
Pound cake.
Praline pound cake. That sounds like it came from New Orleans.
Lemon.
That all that looked like it came from New Orleans.
Caramel. And I'm working on the pineapple one that's over there cooling off.
Listen, if you in the Florida area and you like cakes, DMQ, buy your cake.
Buy a cake.
Tell you. Buy a cake. You can't ship them all around the world just yet. So just wait on that.
No, let me tell you something about shipping cakes. And I know some people have successfully done it. So Mardi Gras is like my favorite holiday. Some people don't think it's a holiday, but it's my holiday.
And that's king cake, right?
King cake. So I ordered one from Gambino's. And I was like, I'm going to be so excited because I get to share this experience with my students. Why the cake come here look like they done kicked it in the air, did an elbow drop on it, and then flipped it upside down a few times? So I messaged the company. I said, yo, I know this is not your fault. I said, but you need to talk to the person who you have shipping out your cakes, because when I opened this cake, it looked a hot mess. I can't give this to nobody because it looks horrible. I mean, I still ate it.
Like somebody took a couple of bites out of it, threw it all around in the box, and said, "Okay, they'll never know."
They'll never know. Like, dude, it's fragile. It says this side up. What are you doing? Why is the cake looking like this in the box? You know what I'm saying? So that I have that fear, because if somebody sent me a picture saying this is how the cake came to me, I would want to send them money back. So to avoid all of those issues, until I see a way that could be done securely and that could get there still fresh and all of those things, I ain't doing it. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any type of perishable good is probably some of the most hardest thing to ship. I remember shipping roses and I was terrified. I'm like, man, like if these roses, like I had to pack so much dry ice in there so they wouldn't move around and all kinds of stuff. Like it's terrifying. Perishable goods, terrifying thing. Final thoughts. Yeah, no, we're ending. So I said final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Oh.
She was like, how you just say that all in one breath? Well, like what is a final thought? Like why does that?
Final thoughts. Number one, be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, but don't stay in that mode forever. Get to work because there's things to be done. Keep your head on a swivel. And if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Period.
Point blank. Final thoughts from this way. I also seen an influx of an attack on the Latino community because of this election. And I want to say this. This is the freedom of being American. You should be able to vote or choose who you want to choose. Me, myself, at the end of the day, I vote for the president. I care about it, but I really don't care about it. It's the local and the courts. Those are the people that I'm worried about. Those are the people that deal with the laws and stuff that I got to live by. Just, making sure that you elect those people to get the laws and the things that you need passed. Like we said multiple times on this show, we just need to just pull the plug and have a reset. We need all new people in there, so that's where you need to be focused at, and not on a community because of who they choose to vote for as president. Make sure that you educate your family, stay strong, and I mean, it's all right to have a little bit of fear, but lift your head up. Lift your head up, look around. It's going to be all right. It was all right the first time. It's going to be all right the second time. I mean, unless he starts World War VIII and, and we got to go in bomb shelters, because I'm telling you, the first person I see without a gun is going to get it. You're going to get it. Give me that. My family need that. But all jokes aside, just be safe. Love on yourself. Love on your family. And if ain't nobody told you today that they love you, we do. As always, go ahead and check out our website, www.ysgpodcast.com. And hopefully we can get some Q cakes on the show, even in North Carolina, and we can talk junk about cakes. Or if I have to come down to Florida and eat cakes, then, hey, I'll just have to roll my butt back on the plane to North Carolina. But
all right.
Look, long as you got some ice cream, I'm with the cakes.
Well, I got a special tea that'll clean you out, so you'll be all right.
Wow. Don't want to know if I want to say that on the show, but hey, do that at your own expense. But I gotta go. Downstairs bathroom only. Downstairs bathroom only. All right, Q. Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Yes, support.